In a small village nestled by a quiet river, there lived a man who was known not by his name, but by his burden. He was the man who carried a stone. It was a large, gray river stone, smooth in some places, but jagged and sharp in others. He carried it everywhere. Through the bustling market, his knuckles white as he cradled it against his chest. Along the dusty roads, his shoulders stooped under its unyielding weight. At night, he did not put it down. He slept on the floor beside it, one hand always resting on its cold, unforgiving surface. The villagers watched him. Children would fall silent as he passed, their games forgotten. The elders would shake their heads with a mixture of pity and confusion. Some would laugh, others would whisper. But no one truly understood why he chose to carry such a weight. They did not know his name was Arun. Years ago, before the stone, Arun was a different man. His laughter was the first to ring out at festivals, and his smile was quick and genuine. But he made a mistake. It seemed so small at the time, a piece of advice given from a place of pride, a moment of misplaced trust in someone who did not deserve it. But the consequence was a shadow that fell over someone he loved, a pain he felt he had caused. The guilt became a poison in his heart. The memory replayed in his mind, a constant torment of what if and if only. From that day forward, the laughter died in his throat, and the world seemed to lose its color. He decided he needed a reminder, a physical manifestation of the heaviness in his soul. He went down to the river, the very place where he used to skip stones in his youth, and he searched. He found one that felt right. Its weight was substantial, its edges sharp enough to press into his palms. He lifted it, the strain in his arms a grim satisfaction. He whispered to the flowing water, "This will be my punishment. I will carry this so I never forget." And he never did. As seasons changed and years passed, the stone seemed to grow heavier. It wasn't gaining mass, but it was gathering the weight of every sunrise he faced with dread, every conversation he avoided, every helping hand he refused. His hands became a geography of calluses and scars. His back, once straight and strong, was now permanently curved into a question mark. His old friends tried to reach him. "Arun, please," they would say, "put it down. Whatever it was, it's in the past." But Arun would just shake his head, his gaze fixed on the ground. "I don't deserve to," he would murmur, clutching the stone tighter, as if it were the only thing holding him together. Life tried to offer him moments of joy, but his hands were always full. During the spring festival, when the air was filled with music and the scent of flowers, he stood in the shadows, watching others dance. A kind woman with eyes like warm honey approached him, her smile a gentle invitation. But as she got closer, her eyes fell to the stone he clutched, and then to the pain in his face. Her smile faltered, replaced by a look of pity, and she turned away. He watched her join the dancers, a fresh wave of sorrow washing over him. Happiness would knock on his door, but he could never reach out to open it. Opportunities passed him by like ships in the night. The stone, his constant companion, had become a wall, isolating him from the world and from himself. One afternoon, as Arun struggled through the village square, an old teacher, who had watched him for many weeks from her bench under the banyan tree, finally spoke. Her voice was not loud, but it cut through his fog of misery. "Why do you carry that stone?" she asked gently. Arun, startled, gave his usual reply. It reminds me of my mistake. The teacher nodded slowly, her eyes full of a deep understanding. And has it helped you fix your mistake? Arun hesitated. No. Has it made the life of the person who suffered any better? His voice was barely a whisper. No. The teacher looked at him, not with pity, but with a profound clarity. Then you are not carrying the stone, she said. The stone is carrying you. It has become your master, dictating how you live, how you feel. It is not a punishment anymore, Arun. It has become your identity. She paused, letting the words sink in. Put it down, just for a moment. Arun stared at her, then at the stone. The thought was terrifying. What would he be without it? The idea fought against years of habit, years of penance. His arms trembled, but the teacher's calm, steady gaze gave him a flicker of courage. Slowly, painstakingly, he bent his knees. He had to pry his own fingers open, one by one. The stone thudded to the earth, sending up a small puff of dust. The release was immediate and shocking. For the first time in years, his arms were empty. His shoulders, free of their load, felt impossibly light. He straightened his back, feeling a chain of creaks up his spine, and took a deep, shuddering breath that filled his lungs completely. His heart, which had been a frantic, anxious drum, now beat with a slow, quiet rhythm. The teacher smiled. Remember the lesson, she said softly. Not the weight. The lesson is in your heart, not in that rock. The lesson was about forgiveness, and that begins with yourself. Arun looked down at the stone on the ground. It was just a rock. It had never fixed anything. It had only kept him anchored to a single moment in the past. He looked at his empty hands and then up at the vast blue sky. And for the first time in a very long time, he felt the warmth of the sun on his face. He took a step, then another. He did not look back. You don't need to carry the weight to remember the lesson. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. Let it go. Not because the mistake didn't matter, but because you deserve to move forward. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence.